Oh, there you are. I heard you come in, so I knew you were here. I just wasn't quite sure where. Now I know. I don't usually put my face in front of the camera. I usually focus pretty much on the trains, but today's a bit different because today is Complete Disclosure Day. And I have to confess to you that I have an addiction. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one with this addiction, but in the interests of getting over it and the therapy that I undergo to overcome it, I needed to share it with you today. I am addicted to Bud. No, not that kind of Bud. No, and certainly not that kind of Bud. I prefer a nice pint of Pengy myself. No, the Bud that I am addicted to is this. That's right, the venerable rail diesel car. Popular, ubiquitous sights throughout North American railways since the Budd Company of Philadelphia started building them back in 1949. It may shock you to learn that mine were not built by the Budd Company of Philadelphia. The first one ever admitted to the asylum about 10 years ago was this Athearn RDC-3, a sad and corroded metal kit from the early 1960s, I think. All the parts were present, including this really neat vertically mounted 5-pole motor, so I had a go at putting it together. The result being this crusty old workhorse that never fails to find fault with my perfectly laid track work.
If that's perfect track work, then I'm the Orient Express.
We put up with him because he's family. This might be a good time to show you a real Budd car so you have a proper frame of reference. In this picture, we see Canadian Pacific 9199 in the winter of 1975, serving the Esquimalt and Nanaimo Railway here on Vancouver Island. Like my belligerent old Athearn,
It's who I am.
it's wearing the iconic goalie mask paint scheme at either end, which actually has nothing to do with hockey and everything to do with safety and visibility. Still, it'll always be goalie mask livery to me. I got the next one, well, two actually, powered and dummy units, from a local farmer with a very cool HO layout in the loft of a barn. These two are older Athearns, but with rubber bands instead of gears delivering power from the motor to the wheels. I wonder who came up with that idea. I mean, rubber bands are for hair. Or finger exercises. Or for flinging at tranquil gnomes.
Ha! Try again, Robin Hood. Loser! Is that all you got, Tiger? A bit wide of the net there, bucko. You couldn't hit a Buick if you were sitting inside the thing. Oh yeah, that's gonna leave a mark.
Well, say what you will about the rubber bands, they really work. Quiet, too, since there aren't any pesky gears getting in the way. Ooh, such a nice liftoff for a rubber band drive. Then there's my Proto 1000 Via Rail Budd Car. Terry, the chap I bought it from a few years back, added the CN noodle below the Via Rail logo, which is appropriate since Via took over CN passenger operations in 1978. By the way, Terry has a pretty cool YouTube channel. I'll post a link to it in the description. Uh-oh, UK interloper alert. A British Rail VMU. It's kind of their equivalent to a Budd car. Still with Proto 1000, a Canadian Pacific RDC-3 in goalie mask livery. A Facebook Marketplace purchase from last year. It's in very nice condition and, like most Protos, a very smooth runner. And it really looks like it could stop a slap shot at point-blank range. Which brings us to today. I just picked up another Budd car. Again, goalie mask livery, but this one is by Rapido. It's a bit more expensive than the Protos, even pre-owned. But now, since I have both Proto and Rapido Budd cars in the same paint scheme, I thought it might be fun to do a comparison like the big YouTube channels do. Of course, I'm too lazy for one of those in-depth, close-up and personal grab the magnifying glass type comparisons, so I'm just going to compare how they look from normal viewing distance. We'll also compare running characteristics, BFO metrics, that's bits falling off, that sort of thing, and to wrap it up, a baking challenge. No, I'm just kidding about the baking challenge. They're not allowed in the kitchen since that pad thai incident last week. Before we begin, a reminder, these are new to me. They're second-hand market purchases, so we won't be too hard on manufacturers if problems occur. And both are DC silent, so we won't have any shots of them sitting on the track while we go through a tedious menu of sound effects. That said, let's get started. Our competition begins with the Starty McStoppy test, because frankly it all begins and ends with its ability to do those things. And the first one we have on the track is the Rapido, that lovely looking Rapido model. And let's just see how smoothly it can slowly start. And oh, that's smooth as butter, isn't it? Yeah, you gotta like that. Wait! Flying banana on the track! Gosh, another UK invasion here. Off with you. This isn't about you. Okay, let's see how the Proto does on the very slow, gradual, smooth liftoff. Oh my. Yes, I think we have a tie. Both the Rapido and the Proto are capable of just brilliant launches, just nice and smooth. Oh, come on! Time now for the stoppy portion of the Starty McStoppy test, and let's start with the Proto. I'm going to throttle right down just to see how it does. Oh, wow. I just shut off the power and it just came to a graceful stop, those lovely flywheels. Let's see how the Rapido does. Same thing. Throttle down. Oh, bit of whiplash there. Let's try that again. Off we go. Throttle down. Yeah, okay. Now I'm just going to do a gentle reduction of the throttle to see if we're capable of a slow stop. Oh yeah, more than capable. More than capable. That's quite sweet. I want to look at the Proto again though. Throttle down. Oh, gentle. I could do that all day. Next up, tight curves and lights. Not to be confused with light curves and tights. Entirely different things, I assure you. Let's see how the Rapido does then on the inside track. No problem with that tight curve and some really fine lighting there. Headlights and interior lights showing up quite nicely. Here comes the Proto on the outside line. No issues with that stupidly tight curve and a healthy looking headlight showing the way. No other ones though. How about directional lighting? When we reverse the Proto, yes, directional lighting, no tail lights, but the headlight comes on according to direction of travel. On the Rapido, yes, lighting is directional, and love those marker lights, those red lights showing up there as we reverse out of the yard. Our next competition is coming through the switch and into the station. How do we do? Starting with the Rapido, through the switches. Oh, nice. How smoothly can we get into the station? Is it a nice, gentle entry into the berth? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's going to be hard to beat that one. Okay, let's try it with the Proto now. We're on the inside track with the Proto this time. Coming in nice and smooth. We're going over the switches. Switch 1 and switch 2. Gentle maneuvering into the station. As if we were born to it. Well, that is just a thing of beauty. Okay, even points there, I think. Well, that was kind of fun. Let's move on now to the subjective stuff. Overall impressions, obvious details, and the dreaded bits falling off index. General impressions, then. The Rapido is noticeably lighter than the Proto because it's mostly plastic, letting them go to town on the details, I guess. Proto, on the other hand, has some real heft, with a solid metal chassis and a couple of big brass flywheels. The Rapido has flywheels too, but as we saw in the test earlier, you can really see the mass in motion effect on the heavier Proto. Really, though, the weight comparison doesn't matter. They're not going to be pulling long trains. They just need to be heavy enough for smooth operations, and both really are. Neither of them are totally quiet, though the Rapido isn't quite as noisy as the Proto, even though it actually has 2 motors. What about details? Well, no contest. Rapido wins on this one, hands down. Wire grab irons, window shades, I think that's a particularly cool detail. Really lends credibility to the model. Nice interiors, got those safety chains and top-mounted number boards on either end. Door handles are really nicely picked out, too. And even derailments are fun, because on the Rapido, all its private parts are visible. Look away if you're sensitive to that sort of thing. You want more details? Rapido's got your back with a whole bag full so you can make your model unique through inept glue technique, or what I like to call weathering. Now, some of those details can come off if you so much as ask how they're doing, but putting them back on is usually pretty easy. Looking at the Proto, just enough detail to look the part in a running session. Crisp paint, nice interiors, a few separately fitted parts, and you know, I really like the trucks on this model, really beefy and strong looking. I don't find the lack of extra fine detail at all off-putting. In fact, it can be a good thing, less risk of something breaking off. That said, though, the little ladder bits on the Proto are fragile and prone to accidents. Alrighty then, which is better? I honestly don't think that's the question, because it largely depends on what you're looking for. Do you want a strong runner that looks the part from a reasonable viewing distance with just enough detail to carry the illusion? Then spend less on a used Proto. Do you want a good performer with great lighting, loads of separately fitted parts, and brilliant 2-motor throttle control? Then it's worth the extra money of a Rapido Budd Car. Or, if you're addicted like I am, get both of them. Maybe 2 or 3 of each to keep the service running during refits. And a few more so you can put together a hockey team. And maybe we'll see you at the next meeting of Budd Cars Anonymous.